Yo, welcome to LFN What's Your Say? The leading listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. In recent interactions with R. Kelly, media personnel were eager to inquire about his experiences in prison and his current well-being. Contrary to expectations, R. Kelly articulated that the true anguish he endures does not stem from his confinement. "I am coping adequately within these confines," he affirmed. Rather, he conveyed that his most profound suffering arises from recollections of those whom he once entrusted with his life now transformed into adversaries. Former allies who once lauded his musical prowess have now silenced him, while others who professed unwavering loyalty now express remorse for their past associations with him. "When I reflect upon these individuals, they serve as poignant reminders of the inherent cruelty pervasive in this world, and it pains me deeply," remarked Kelly. Listening to Kelly's remarks evokes a sense of melancholy, yet it is imperative to acknowledge that there often exists a silver lining in every adversity. Conversations with individuals who have achieved remarkable success in this world invariably unveil a pivotal point when the forces of nature delineate between genuine companionship and superficial alliances commonly known as fake friends. According to their testimonies, this moment consistently emerges as a transformative phase of life. Whenever this happens and you understand that in this life you are so much alone, that's when real life begins. That's when you start having enough time for yourself. That's when you learn that you can rest your phone by shutting it down without worrying much about who may call you when you are trying to relax. That's when, as a woman, you get time to search the new hairstyle that looks great on you, and believe me, you will start receiving more compliments wherever you go. I think when Kelly reflects back on the time and resources he invested in others, the so-called friends that have now turned their backs on him, he bleeds inside. So many artists used his studio facilities to make their own music that sold for millions. Very many fake friends did spend his hard-earned money like they had worked for it. Then comes the close ones he took on holidays and safaris. He truly did a good job being the nice guy, which hasn't paid off. And Kelly is not alone. We all do, to a certain extent, live our lives for others and forget who we truly are. We put our goals aside to be there for the whole world that never really cares. And Kelly was no exception. Then when we make a mistake, these same fake friends are quick to judge us. To ruin our lives even more. To send us to hell. And to paint us as the worst people they have ever known in this world. They do not want to remember that there is something good about you. Or that at one point in life you were once good to them. No wonder the world of haters is celebrating Kelly's downfall only because they think it's the end of him. This reminds me of how the world celebrated Michael Jackson. They crowned him the king of pop, and he indeed was. Releasing some of the greatest hits of all time. If you saw the way the world worshipped him, you would think his grave would be a tourist attraction where people would go to pay homage to their fallen king of pop. Not resenting him like he was the most evil that even his Neverland Ranch has been considered a reject that no one wants to associate with. You wonder, if this is how great Michael ended up, what's likely to happen to those that come after him? No wonder when people leave us, it takes a day or two and they are completely written off by the people that claim to love and care. And the same people, instead of mourning the dead, will scramble for everything they left behind. R. Kelly is no exception. Many that he thought were his own are hoping he stays behind bars forever. Probably hoping to take his place as the king or R&B. Very canning. They should look around and see if we have a new king of pop yet. Talent is a personal gift. Fantasizing about having it does not necessarily give it to you. And even when you have it, you ought to work hard on it like Kelly and Michael did. Instead, all of these people have preferred to speak the worst of him and hope to take over his fame. Well, that's the world we all live in. According to Brandon, what Kelly has classified as the most hurting is indeed the most disturbing. I was once arrested on my friend's account. We did a project with him and the payment was to be made through my account. I received the check, which happened to be post-dated, and asked my banker to deposit it when it's due, as I had a business trip in another state. I returned to a call from the police who questioned me about the money. Quickly I realized my friend had reported a fraud case claiming I had taken the entire payment for myself, yet the truth was that the check simply hadn't cleared yet. Luckily it finally cleared on the same day and I was able to give him his part of the money. That was the day I learned that friendship is only a myth and doesn't really exist. If the police hadn't been understanding enough to look beyond his story, I could have left my home in handcuffs and probably spent the night in a police cell. What hurt me the most in fact wasn't the possibility of being locked up, but the fact that this was my friend from the old days putting me in such a predicament, uncertain of what may happen to me next. According to EVE, I want to comfort Robert Kelly. He needs to know that it's always better when people come out to show you who they truly are. Sadly, it's happening at an awkward time in his life, but all the same, it's always been better to be in the know. Unfortunately, learning experiences are always harsh. But like they say, metal has to go through fire to gain shape. We just hope that after this, Kelly will have turned into an even better person at dealing with people, with a better life experience and a stronger will to succeed. If Kelly was 80, I would worry for this to become a sad ending, but at 54, he still has the potential to recoup his brand and make the necessary investments to make his life better for a better retirement. If things go well for him, a single album release by Kelly is enough to guarantee recovery for him. Kimberly says, R. Kelly is the kind of person that would freely sing at friends' birthday parties and entertain in the smallest places, yet with a big brand. Friends should be grateful he did this. Another artist will prefer to make a no-show as a way of keeping his value as a rare species. But sadly, like life has always been, it's the good ones that are usually taken to the guillotine. So he needs to be patient with himself and go through the due process, knowing that when he returns, we the fans will still be here ready to recrown him the greatest of all time. Ruby says, the people who crucified Jesus were those he taught the word of God. The one who sold him out, Judas Iscariot, was his closest disciple, and the one that denied him, Peter the apostle, was a disciple too that walked and dined with him on a daily. Our worst experiences in life are always orchestrated by the people we are close to, those we live with and share everything with. If only we had the power to see what people think of us or what they wish for us. The problem is we wouldn't guarantee sanity for all, as most of us would probably run mad from the disappointment. What people think of us and wish us would be far from expected, but what would disturb us the most, I guess, is what our own family's thoughts would be. If you wish to take part in a live interview discussing any of these topics, let us know by sending an email to sashalfnmedia@gmail.com for scheduling. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.